Hi, my name is Simon Wilkinson, founder of Digital Arc, a Colchester-based web design and web hosting business. We help our clients to achieve their online objectives by offering a professional service with friendly advice. We also like to think that we offer sensible pricing. Now, for background for people perhaps who haven't seen lesson number 1, this is aimed at people who are absolute beginners who have no knowledge but are looking to learn about what a website is, what a domain is, what hosting is, in order that they know how to get a domain, how they can buy web hosting, how they can then create a website and publish it. We don't want you to become a technical expert. This is purely aimed at people who want to get a website up as quickly and easily as possible. Over the coming weeks, plan to offer about 14 video lessons like this one, covering the whole process, and by the end of it you will have a domain name, you will have web hosting, you will have used software, designed a website, and you'd have published it online. So, lesson number 2, what is web hosting? In this lesson, what you'll learn is what is web hosting and what it's used for, well, more importantly, why you need it. So let's get some definitions. Official definition: a web hosting service is a type of internet hosting service that allows individuals and organizations to make their own website accessible via the World Wide Web, or internet to you and I. Now, this is the reference from for the definitions taken from wikipedia.org, and for those who haven't seen Wikipedia, it's a huge online encyclopedia directory which covers a vast array of topics. It's edited by people who look after certain sections and usually is seen to be a pretty good source of explanation. Now, what I want to say to that, there are many options for web hosting. When it talks about internet hosting, it can be self-hosting, shared hosting, dedicated hosting, virtual server hosting, etc. There's loads out there. The good thing is you don't need to worry about all of these. You really don't. All you need to remember is that you need to have web hosting to publish your website to the web. That's all. If you want to get a site online, you will need some form of web hosting. Most people who want to have a website can easily get a hosting by choosing a shared hosting service from a reliable hosting provider. Digital Arc is one of those hosting providers, and there's many others. Well, you also need to remember that the packages are going to be very different from provider to provider, so you should always look what's included. The headline rate may look very cheap, but when you actually look into the package, it may not give you what you need. Don't worry about this too much at the moment. I'm going to go into this more detail in lesson number 4, which is all about what web host to choose. Okay, so web hosting, I've said it's something what you need to get your website onto the internet, onto the World Wide Web. Like the last one, last lesson, lesson 1, where we talked about a domain being a unique address to be able to find your website on the internet. Web hosting is very much like a car park. So in a car park there's a number of allocated spaces where you can store your car for an hour, a week, a day, a year. So in this example here, we've got a moped parked in slot number 1, and we've got a nice flash racing car in slot number 4, and there's a fee to park for a month of £2.49 a month, which just happens to be the amount we charge at Digital Arc for our starter web hosting package. So just think of web hosting as somewhere where you can store something. In this case, storing your car in car parking space number 5. So if you take that to what does it mean for your website, you've got your home computer, and that's usually where you will develop your website using some form of web design software. There are options for designing online as well, so it can be done that way, but for this example you've designed your website, a 4-page website consisting of the home page, which is the main page people go to start with, and 3 pages underneath that. So very much web hosting allows you to store your website on the internet. Now on this diagram I've also into the bit where it says your domain. So if you'd followed in lesson 1, that would be in this case www.digitalarc.co.uk. That's your domain reference point, and within that you've got storage space to store your website. It's as simple as that. So in summary, Web hosting is storage for your website online. You need web hosting to make your website available on the World Wide Web. Not all web hosting is the same. Don't buy just on the headline rate. Web hosting is easy to buy and takes away the pain of having to learn technical stuff, and that's what we like. So, as I said, lesson number 4, how to choose a web hosting package, will go into more detail on what you need to consider. I'd just like to close. Digital Arc, we offer a full service of domain names, web hosting, web design, local mobile search, search engine optimization and managed website service, and we're here to help.